What's going on? My name is Simon, and in this video I'm going to give you a complete tutorial of the crypto lending platform Nexo. So this is going to be a complete and detailed guide on how to use Nexo for the first time. So if you're new to crypto lending or Nexo and you're looking for a complete walkthrough, then this is the perfect video for you. We're going to start from complete scratch by creating a new Nexo account and making sure it's secure. Then we're going to fund our account using either fiat currency or cryptocurrency. And then we're also going to look at how to withdraw those funds again if at some point you want to withdraw it to a wallet or a bank account. And of course, we're going to look at how to maximize our returns and get the highest interest rate possible. And we're going to look at how to borrow money on Nexo using cryptocurrency as collateral. And at the end, we're also going to check out how to buy, sell, and swap crypto using the Nexo exchange. However, I don't really recommend to use it because the fees are a lot higher than if you use other exchanges. This is going to be a tutorial of the desktop version of Nexo. So if you'd rather watch a video of the mobile version of Nexo, then you're going to find that specific tutorial in the video description down below. Now in this video, if you want to go to a specific part directly, you can always hover over the progress bar of the video and then you're going to find the timestamps there. Also, if I talk too fast or too slow for you at some point, then you can always go to the bottom right corner of the video, click on the gear icon and then change the speed there. Now a quick disclaimer before we get started, I am not a financial advisor, so anything I say in this video is for informational purposes only and nothing should be taken as financial advice. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, if you haven't already created and verified your Nexo account, then you're in luck because I have a special referral link that you can use that will get you a free $100 in Bitcoin when you use that link to sign up for Nexo. So all you got to do is use the link collectioncrypto.com/Nexo100 or simply click on the first link down below in the video description. Then once you've set up your account using that link, you're going to have to deposit at least $1,000 worth of crypto or fiat currency and hold it there for at least 30 days. Now, if you're planning to deposit less than $1,000 on Nexo, then I recommend to use the second link in the video description, which is collectioncrypto.com/Nexo25. This will get you a sign-up bonus of $25 in Bitcoin. And to get that, you only have to deposit at least $100 worth of funds to your account and hold it there for at least 30 days. So depending on the amount that you're going to deposit, we want to go for one of these sign-up offers. You can deposit crypto on Nexo using a transfer from your wallet or a fiat transfer from your bank account, or you can simply buy it using a credit card on the Nexo exchange. And I'm going to show you all of that on my computer right now. So let's get started. So again, if you're going to deposit more than $1,000 worth of funds onto your Nexo account, you will be eligible for a $100 sign-up bonus in Bitcoin. So make sure to use the first link in the description, which will take you to this page right here. If you're going to deposit less than $1,000 worth of funds onto your account, make sure to use the second link in the description, which will take you to a different referral program, the one right here where you can get a $25 sign-up bonus if you deposit more than $100 worth of funds onto your Nexo account. So whatever page you're on, make sure to click on the green button right here, and then let's get started signing up for the account. So here, just type in your email address, decide on a password, and then click on Create Account. And now, before we can do anything here on Nexo, we need to go through the identity verification. So to do that, we're going to go to the top right, click on the account icon, and then we're going to go to My Profile. So here we simply click on Start Verification, and then you simply want to go through this process. What you're going to need is some kind of ID document or a passport so you can actually verify all the information that you type in here. The verification is going to be done in two parts, where in the first part, you're simply going to add your personal information and add a phone number. And then in the second part, you're going to need to verify that information with your passport or ID document. And you're also going to need some kind of camera where you can basically take a selfie of yourself so that they can compare your ID document with your actual face. Then once all the verification steps are completed, you should see a check mark on the verification of your email, your personal info, and also the identity verification. So now we also want to go over some of the security settings to make sure our account is as secure as possible. So we're going to go to the top right, click on our account icon again, and now we're going to click on security. So first we're going to look at the two-factor authentication, which is basically a way to secure your account with not only a password, but also a one-time password that is generated through an application or also through text message. So let's click on 2FA settings and then click on alternative authentication methods. So here you can see we have basically two ways how you can set up two-factor authentication. By default, I think it's set up using SMS authentication. So you would simply get the one-time password through text message. And then you also have the ability to set up Google Authenticator or Authy for two-factor authentication, which is what I actually recommend because it's a lot more secure. Personally, I use Authy. So what you got to do is simply click on enable right here. And then you want to scan in the QR code using either the Google Authenticator app or the Authy app. And then you got to type in the one-time code. And that's all you got to do to set up one of these applications. I've already set it up on my account, which is why I cannot set it up again. So let's go back to the security settings. And another security feature that we could activate is the address book. So when we click on address book right here, what we can do is we can add specific withdrawal addresses for our assets. So for example, we can click on add new address, and then we can choose, let's say, Bitcoin, and then we can type in our Bitcoin address right here. The reason that is more secure is because if your account would get hacked, then the hacker could only withdraw funds to that specific address that you have added to your address book. The only way he could steal your funds is if you would add a new address to the address book. But in order to add a new address, he's going to have to wait for a certain amount of time that you can define until that address will become active. And that will give you enough time to contact Nexo and tell them that you have been hacked and that they should freeze your account. All right, so let's go back to our account page by going to the top left and clicking on account. And that will basically take us back to our account page, which is the page that we're going to see every time we log into our Nexo account. So now let me give you a quick overview of what everything means here on Nexo and how to navigate through the platform. So here in the top on the account page, we can see some promotions that Nexo is currently doing. Then on the next line, there's going to be an overview of the status of your Nexo account. So here on my account, you can see that I have currently a portfolio balance of around $6,000. Most of it I hold in Bitcoin to earn me interest. Then on the next part here, you can see the credit line. So the credit line is basically how much money you would be able to take out as a loan with the assets that you're currently holding. So what I could do is I could post my Bitcoin as collateral, and then I could take out about $3,000 worth of stable coins or just fiat currency. And because I have already taken out a small loan to just try it out, my available credit is a bit lower than my entire credit line. Then you can also see the interest earned. This is basically all the interest combined that I've currently earned here on my Nexo account for holding my cryptocurrency here on Nexo. It's only like $9.50 because I'm not holding that much crypto on Nexo for a long time yet, but I'm earning around 70 cents or so per day for holding my $6,000 in Bitcoin. Then you can also see the loyalty level. This is basically defined by how many Nexo tokens you're holding on your Nexo account. I'm gonna get more into this later in the video. And basically the higher loyalty level you have, the more benefits you get, like higher interest rates, lower rates for borrowing money, and so on. Then when we scroll down, we can see some buttons where we can borrow money, we can repay our loans, and we can also use the Nexo exchange. And then when we scroll further down, we can see all the assets that we can deposit onto Nexo and how much interest we can earn by having those assets sitting in the savings account. I'm going to get more into how to deposit, how to withdraw, and how to increase the interest rate here on Nexo later in the video. What I usually do is I click this hide zero balance assets button so I can only see the assets that I have currently in my Nexo account. So then On the bottom, we can also see the entire value of all the assets combined that we have in our Nexo account. And then all the way on the bottom, we have a way how we can promote Nexo to our friends. And by doing that, we can also earn some money. Then let's move on to the next page, which is the transactions page right here. This is where you can see an overview of all the transactions happening in your Nexo account. So whenever you have an interest payment, whenever you take out a loan, or whenever you deposit or withdraw funds to or from your Nexo account, you're going to see all that in here in the transactions page. Then we also have the exchange page. We're going to get into this later in the tutorial. This is basically where you can buy crypto, sell crypto, and also swap different cryptocurrencies against each other. Then we also have the vote feature that actually isn't available yet. So we're going to see what that is in the future. And that's already all the main pages here on Nexo. So as you can see, it's very simple to navigate. All right, so now let's look at how we can deposit funds onto our Nexo account. We're going to look at how to deposit fiat currency and also how to deposit cryptocurrency. Let's start with cryptocurrency first. So we're going to scroll down here on our account page, and then we're going to see all the different assets that we can deposit and earn interest on here on Nexo. So what you want to do is you want to find the coin that you want to deposit, and then you want to click on top up next to that coin. I've already deposited some Bitcoin, as you can see here, onto my Nexo account. So I want to deposit some US dollar Tether and also earn some interest on a stable coin. So I'm going to click on top up next to US dollar Tether. And then I have to decide on what network I want to use to send those coins with. So I can decide between the Ethereum network and the Polygon network for US dollar Tether. So what I'm going to choose is the Polygon network because the fees are lower and it's probably also going to arrive quicker. So I'm going to click on Polygon network, and then it generates me my deposit address that I need to send those funds to. So one quick thing to note here is that you shouldn't ever send wrapped coins to Nexo, otherwise they will probably be lost. So now what I'm going to do is click on this copy button right here. So it copies the address to the clipboard, and then I'm going to go over to my Binance account right here, where I've already went to the withdraw crypto tab and I've already chosen US dollar Tether to withdraw. So now what I can do is just paste the address in right here. And I also, now what's very important is I have to choose the correct network as well. So I'm going to go to the drop down menu, and then I'm going to choose the Polygon network, as you can see right here. It's very important that I choose the same network as I've chosen on my Nexo account. So I'm going to click on Polygon right here, and then I have to decide on how much I'm going to send. So I'm just going to send 100 US dollar Tether. It's going to be a $1 US fee. So I'm going to have 99 US dollars deposited into my Nexo account. So I'm going to click on withdraw right here. And now I have to go through some more steps until it's actually withdrawn. Cool. So now I've went through the withdrawal process here on Binance, and the US dollar Tether is on its way to my Nexo account. So now we can go back to my Nexo account right here, close this window, and now we can follow the transaction on the transaction page right here. So when we click here, then we should see at some point a transaction coming in. So normally it takes a couple of minutes until you can see it here. So I'll pause the video and come back once I see it. So now I've waited like 10 minutes and reloaded the page. And as you can see now, we have a new transaction, the top up crypto of 99 US dollar Tether. So we can see it here on the transactions page, and it already went through. So we can go to the account page as well. And here we can also see the US dollar Tether. So let's click on hide zero balance assets. And then we can see we have almost 200 US dollar Tether now. Before it was 100. And as soon as it's on your account, it will start earning interest on those assets. So after latest 48 hours, you should see your first interest payment in your Nexo account, which you're going to see right here under interest earned. So now let's also look at how to deposit fiat currency onto our Nexo account. Again, we're going to start on the account page right here. Then we're going to scroll down and look for the fiat currencies that are available here on Nexo. So currently there's US dollars, euros, and British pounds. As an example, I'm just going to use euros. So I'm going to click on top up next to the euro sign, and then it will open up this window right here. So you want to make sure to read the instructions carefully right here, because there are subtle differences for each of the currencies that you can deposit. So for euros, you want to make sure that the bank account name, the name under your bank account, is the same name as you have used for your Nexo account. And then there's also a minimum top up of 1,000 euros currently. It will be lowered soon, as they say here. The good thing here with bank transfers in general is that Nexo doesn't charge any fees for getting fiat currencies onto your account. So again, make sure to read all the instructions carefully and then click on I understand. And then you're going to get the wire transfer information for depositing your fiat currency. So for euros, for example, you're going to get the IBAN number right here. And then what's also very important to note is that you want to make sure to include your reference number that you can see on your screen to your bank transfer, so that Nexo knows what Nexo account those funds belong to. So then just wire the money to Nexo, and then after 1 to 3 business days, the money should arrive in your Nexo account. And then you're going to see it right here under your assets. And as soon as it's in your Nexo account, you're going to start earning interest for holding those currencies on your account. You can also trade them for cryptocurrencies and hold cryptocurrencies instead. You can do basically whatever you want then with your currencies here on Nexo. All right, so like I've mentioned before, as soon as your crypto or fiat currency is in your Nexo account, it will automatically start earning interest for you, and that interest will be paid out to you every single day. If you want to know how much interest we are getting for each of the assets that we have, we can click on the Earn Up To button right here, and then we can see the interest breakdown. So currently for my Bitcoin, I'm earning 4.25% in APY, so an annual percentage yield. And the base rate is actually 4%. And we can increase that rate to up to 8% if we do a couple of things. So there are ways how you can increase your interest rate. And personally, I found the entire Nexo interest rate breakdown kind of confusing. So I've created a short presentation where I'm going to explain to you how it actually works. Okay, so let's take, for example, Bitcoin. The base rate for Bitcoin is 4%. And the first thing we can do to increase that interest rate to 5% is to choose the fixed terms. So by default, you are on the flexible terms, which means you can withdraw your crypto or your other asset at any time. Now, when we lock up our crypto for like a month or even 12 months, depending on the crypto, then we get an interest increase. So let me quickly show you how to do that in Nexo. So here we are back on the account page where we can scroll down and go to our assets. And then let's go to Bitcoin and click on earning up to 8%. This will take us back to the interest breakdown where we can see we are on the flex terms right now. And we can click on earning up to 8% interest. And then here we can create a fixed term. So for Bitcoin, currently there's only the 1 month term that we can go for, which will boost our interest rate with another 1% per year. So we can either just lock up the entire amount we have on our account or just a specified amount up to you. Then we can either make it automatic, make it renew automatically, or just uncheck this if you wanted to go back to the flexible terms after the 1 month. And then we can just click on create term. So once we've done that, we cannot withdraw the Bitcoin for the 1 month term, but we will earn another 1% per year in that 1 month period. And then if you want to further increase your interest rate, what you can do is just increase your loyalty tier. And that depends on how many Nexo tokens you're actually holding. By holding more than 10% of your portfolio in Nexo token, you can get another 1% in APY per year on your holdings. So let's quickly go over the tiers. There's 4 tiers: the base rate, the silver rate, the gold, and the platinum. So for example, if you hold below 1% of your portfolio in Nexo token, you're just going to be on the base rate and you don't get any loyalty benefits. But if you hold more than 10% of your portfolio in Nexo token, you're going to get the platinum benefits. So for example, if you hold $1,000 in Bitcoin and $150 in Nexo token, then you're going to be on the platinum tier. And then on the silver tier, you're going to get a 0.25% interest increase, on the gold tier a 0.5%, and on the platinum a 1% interest increase. Personally, I only hold a little bit of Nexo, so I'm on the silver loyalty level, and I'm getting a 0.25% interest increase for holding Nexo token. So here on Nexo, when we go to our account icon, click on My Profile, and then go to Loyalty Levels, we can see exactly how much percent of our portfolio is in Nexo token, and therefore what kind of loyalty level we are in. We can also see what benefits we're getting with each of the loyalty levels. So there are some borrow benefits. So if you would take out a loan, you're going to get a lower interest rate. You're going to get some cash back if you're going to use the exchange of Nexo, which I'm not going to recommend because you have higher fees than the cash back that you're actually getting. And then you're going to also get some earned benefits. So like we've talked before, in the silver tier, I'm going to get a 0.25% interest increase. And obviously, the higher loyalty level you are, the more interest increase you're getting. And then you also get some additional benefits like free withdrawals per month. And then the last thing you can do to increase your interest rate here is to decide to get paid out in Nexo token. So you can get an interest increase of up to 2% if you decide to not get paid out in Bitcoin or whatever coin you're holding, but in the native token of the platform, which is the Nexo token. And the loyalty tier and the earn in Nexo bonus actually stacks. So as you can see here on the base rate, even if you decide to get paid out in Nexo token, you will not get an interest increase. But if you're in one of the higher loyalty levels, you will get up to a 2% interest increase if you decide to get paid out in Nexo token. And to activate this feature to get paid out in Nexo token, we have to come up over here to the account icon, go to My Profile, and then we have to go to Settings right here. And then we can just check this box right here where it says interest paid out in Nexo tokens. And as soon as you tick this box, then the next payout will be in Nexo tokens and not in the token that you're actually holding. However, before I decide to activate this feature and go for the higher interest payment, make sure you actually know what you're doing, because for one thing, you're holding a smaller coin with a higher volatility. And also, if the Nexo token, for example, declines in value by, let's say, 50%, but let's say Bitcoin, the underlying asset that you're holding, increases in price, then you would have been better off just getting paid out a lower interest rate, but in the actual underlying asset, which in this case would be Bitcoin. So personally, I just like to be paid out in the same currency as I'm holding. But if you want to go for the higher interest increase, and if you believe in Nexo as a project and in the Nexo token, then you can also go for the higher interest paid out in Nexo tokens. If you want to see an overview of all the interest rates on Nexo for all the different currencies, then you can go to this page right here. Here you can see all the interest rates for the different loyalty levels and also how much boost you're getting for earning in Nexo token and also for choosing the fixed terms instead of the flexible terms. I'm going to leave a link to this page here down below in the description. Now, if you ever want to withdraw funds from your Nexo account back to your wallet or to your bank account, this is also very easy here on Nexo. So let's look at how to withdraw first cryptocurrency and then fiat currency. So to withdraw cryptocurrency, you simply go to your account page right here. Then you're going to scroll down to where your assets are. So as an example, I'm just going to withdraw some US dollar Tether stablecoin. So I'm just going to look for it right here. Then I'm going to go to withdraw to this button. And then this window opens up. So here I can first of all see how much of my US dollar Tether I can withdraw currently. And then I have to decide on the network. So let's choose the network. Currently, I get a fee-free transfer using the Polygon network, because on Nexo, you get a certain amount of free withdrawals per month, depending on your loyalty level. So I'm going to choose the Polygon network right here. And then I have to type in my withdrawal address right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my Binance account. And here I also have to make sure to choose the Polygon network. So I have actually the same one as I've chosen in Nexo. I'm just going to copy my Polygon network address for US dollar Tether. And then I'm going to go back to Nexo and then just going to paste this address in right here. I also recommend to use copy and paste when typing in addresses, because then you're probably not going to make a mistake and you're not going to send the coins to the wrong address. Now I have to decide on how much I'm going to send. So I think the minimum amount is like 10 US dollar tether. So I'm just going to send like 15 US dollar tether. And as you can see, there's no fee currently. If you do multiple transfers or multiple withdrawals in a single month, then you're probably going to have a fee. But with the Polygon network, it's only like $1. So once everything is confirmed here, I'm just going to click on withdraw. And then I have to type in my 2FA code, which I can see on my two-factor authentication application, which is Authy. So I'm just going to open up that real quick. Then I can click on verify code. And then here in the next step, I also have to confirm it using my email inbox. So I now have to go to my email inbox and again, click on confirm. And there we go, withdrawal request confirmed successfully. What we can do now to kind of track the transaction, we can go to the transactions page right here. And then we can see that the withdrawal of the US dollar tether is currently in progress. And it's going to be green right here when it's actually finished. And we should see it in our wallet wherever we have sent it to. Now let's also look at how to withdraw fiat currency to your bank account. So again, we're going to start here on the account page. Then we're going to scroll down and go to our assets. In this case, I would just withdraw some euros. So I'm going to go to euros, click on withdraw right here. Then I have to decide on the amount I want to withdraw. So in this case, I would just want to withdraw, let's say 20 euros. Then I have to decide on the country of my bank account. So I live in Switzerland, so I would just look for Switzerland right here. Then you just have to type in your banking details. So your name, your IBAN number, or your account number, depending on where you're going to send the funds to. You can also type in a payment reason. And then once everything is typed in, you're going to see a withdraw button here on the bottom. Once you click that, you're probably also going to have to confirm using your 2FA code and also maybe confirming in an email in your email inbox. And then the transfer should go through, and it will probably take like 1 to 3 business days until the funds will actually be sitting in your bank account. In the Nexo exchange right here on the top, we have the possibility to buy, sell, and swap cryptos. So that's what we're going to look at now. So we're just going to click on buy crypto right here, and then we just get to the exchange. For buying crypto, we have the possibility to either use a credit card right here. So for example, I could type in the amount I want to spend on, let's say, just Bitcoin. So I'm just going to type in $200 that I want to spend. I want to buy Bitcoin. So here I can see how much Bitcoin I will approximately get for spending $200 with my credit card. And then I can click on preview exchange. And now I would have to type in my credit card information, click on validate card and proceed. And then this transfer would go through, and then I would have the Bitcoin deposit onto my account. And as you can see here, I'm going to have to pay a fee for $6.98, which is around about a 3.5% fee, which is actually quite high. This is pretty usual with paying for crypto using a credit card. This is also why I don't usually recommend to use a credit card to buy crypto. The better way would be to actually use your fiat balance. So if you have the possibility to do a bank transfer and deposit some fiat currency onto your Nexo account, definitely do that and then go to the exchange and use your fiat balance to buy some crypto. The even better way would be to use another exchange, because even by using the fiat balance, you're going to have a spread, so a built-in fee of around 1.5%. However, if you want to do it that way, you can. So you can also just type in the amount you want to spend here off your fiat balance. So I, for example, only have some euros. So I can just type in 20 euros that I want to spend on, let's say, Bitcoin. So again, I can click on preview exchange. And then if I would have clicked here right now, then this fiat balance that I have would just convert into whatever crypto I would want to buy right here. Then you can also sell your cryptos for fiat currency by going to the sell tab right here. So let's say I would want to sell my Bitcoin right here. I could just type in, let's say 0.01 Bitcoin. Then I can decide on what currency I want to have. So maybe if you want to withdraw, if you want to sell some crypto and you want to withdraw to your bank account, you obviously want to choose the currency of your bank account. So for me, this would be maybe euros. And then I would just click on preview exchange again. Okay, I have to type in the amount again right here. And then I can see how much I'm getting for my 0.01 Bitcoin. So in this case, this would be around about $371. So again, there's the spread built in, so you're gonna have to pay some fees even though you don't see them right here. And then obviously I can also use the swap feature right here to just swap different cryptos against each other. So for example, if you want to increase your loyalty level here on Nexo, you would want to buy some Nexo tokens. So I could just maybe transfer some of my, or convert some of my Bitcoin here into Nexo tokens to get me into the next loyalty level so I can earn more interest for my holdings. So again, I would just type in the amount I want to sell. Then I'm going to go to preview. And here I would see how many Nexo tokens I would get for my 0.01 Bitcoin. Obviously, you can also swap your Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency into other cryptocurrencies. Just choose whatever crypto you want to swap it to, and then just carry out the transfer. Now, in general, like I said before, I don't recommend to use the Nexo exchange because you're going to have higher fees if you compared to if you would use an exchange like Binance or FTX, for example. So I usually just trade cryptocurrency there, and I just deposit everything that I want to earn some interest on to Nexo, and that's the way I do it. And now the last thing I want to look at here in this tutorial is how to borrow money on Nexo and use your crypto as collateral. The reason why you might want to do that is maybe you are in need of some cash, but you don't want to sell your crypto because you want to keep the upside potential for holding it. So here on Nexo, we can get basically instant loans without having to go through any credit checks. And there's also no origination fees, and we can actually get an interest rate of as low as 0%. Now, the interest rate that we're going to get for our loan depends on two factors. The first one being your loyalty level. So the higher you are in the loyalty tier, the lower the interest rate will be. So for a base level, you're going to get a 13.9% interest rate. And then if you are in the platinum tier, you're going to get a 6.9% interest rate, which is already a lot better. There is also a possibility to even get a 0% interest rate. And to get that rate, you're gonna need to have a very low LTV ratio. So what that means is that you're gonna have to be of an LTV ratio of below 20%. What that means that if, for example, you would want to take out a loan of $1,000 worth of funds, then you're gonna have to post collateral worth at least $5,000. So that's basically how you can reduce your interest rate for your loan. So now let's actually go through taking out a loan here on Nexo. Again, we're going to start on the account page right here. And obviously to take out a loan, you're going to need to have some funds on your account that you can use as collateral. So as a security for Nexo, that you will be actually able to pay back your loan, because if you weren't be able to pay back your loan or your interest payments, then Nexo could just sell your security and then they would get their money back that way. So in my example here, I hold most of my portfolio on Nexo in Bitcoin, which gives me the possibility to take out a loan of a bit over $3,000, because the loan to value ratio of Bitcoin for Nexo is 50%. So here on this page, you're going to see all the loan to value ratios for all the different assets that you can use as collateral. As you can see here, for Bitcoin, it's 50%, the same for Ethereum, and then it goes down. For the more riskier assets, the loan to value ratio is going to be lower. So again, if it's 50%, if I hold $1,000 in Bitcoin, I can take out a loan of $500. For Litecoin, for example, if I hold $1,000 of Litecoin and use that as collateral, I can take out a loan of $300. I'm going to leave this page here down below in the description so you can see exactly how much collateral you have to lock up to take out the loan that you want to take out. So then that gives me a credit line. So because I have around $6,000 worth of Bitcoin, I can take out a loan of around just a bit over $3,000. The available credit that I have left is just over $3,000 because I've already taken out a small loan just to see for myself how the process works. So now, if you want to take out a loan, what you're going to have to do is go to the account page, then scroll down and then click here on the borrow button. Then we can decide on what kind of loan we want to take out. So we can either take out a stablecoin loan for US dollar Tether or USD coin, USDC, or we could also take out a fiat currency and just have it paid out to us via a bank transfer, just like this. Just as an example, I'm just going to take out a loan for US dollar Tether. And so I'm going to choose US dollar Tether right here. And the minimum amount is a $50 loan. So what I'm going to do is just type in 50 US dollar tether right here, agree to the terms, and then I'm going to click on withdraw. Then I have to confirm right here. And there we go. It's actually that quick. So now I have taken out a loan of $50 in US dollar tether. And this $50 US dollar tether is now deposited onto my account. So when I go back to my account right here and I scroll down to my assets, I can see that my balance of US dollar tether increased by $50. And now you can do basically whatever you want with that loan. You can just transfer it out of Nexo and just use it to trade on another exchange maybe, or you can just keep it here on Nexo to earn some interest on it. Now, a couple of things to note are that if you want to pay back the loan, you can do that whenever you want to. However, if you're going to pay it back before a 30-day period is over, then you're going to pay the interest rate for the first 30 days. So now if I pay back my loan, I'm still going to pay the interest rate as if I had the loan for 30 days. So that's something to note. And then the other thing is when you go back to your account page and you go to the asset that you have used as collateral, for example, for me, this would be Bitcoin, and then I click on this manage wallets icon, then I can see that a certain amount of my Bitcoin has actually gone from my savings wallet into the credit line wallet, which means that everything that is in the credit line wallet is now locked, so I can't withdraw it. And another thing to mention here is that I'm not going to be earning interest on whatever I have here in my credit line wallet. So whatever you post up as collateral, you're not going to be earning interest on it, except if you were using the Nexo token as collateral, then you would still be earning interest on your collateral. Now, Nexo also has its own credit card, which is basically a crypto cashback card that is only available in a couple of countries right now, which mine isn't one of them currently, so I don't have this card. It gives you a cashback of 0.5% in Bitcoin and or 2% in Nexo token. Now, as I understand it, what's happening when you use this card to pay for stuff is that it's basically gonna use your Nexo account to take out a crypto-backed loan. So it's not gonna sell your crypto, but it's gonna take out a loan against your crypto. So then you would automatically have to pay interest on that loan that you have used to pay for just real life things using your credit card. So this is also why I'm not so excited about this card. The only reason why I would want to use this is if I could actually go for the 0% interest rate for the loans, and then I would have to have I have to be in the platinum tier of Nexo. So I would already have to have a lot of Nexo tokens. So if I would believe a lot in the Nexo token and I would hold a lot of them anyway, then I might want to get this card and get some 2% cash back in Nexo token. Otherwise, I'm not really excited about this card right now. If you want to get some more information about how Nexo works exactly, then definitely watch the video that you can see on screen now. This is my full review of this platform where I explain exactly how their business model works.